Shalom, everybody. Ariel Tzadok here from the KosherTorah School, found online at KosherTorah.com. In our little mini class for this morning, it is Tuesday, the 3rd of March. I want to share with you the Kabbalah of the coronavirus, which is now spreading around the world. The Kabbalah, the secrets, the mystical meaning and intent of this virus is, you ready for this? Here it is. That's right. There is no secret to it. There is no mysticism to it. There is no mystery or anything about it. We are dealing here with a simple, normal, natural spread of disease. And in spite of however we want to spiritualize things and try to interpret things within some kind of a mystical or even prophetic way of interpreting this as being somehow associated with some messianic concept, these things are not connected at all. If we want to talk about significant and serious Kabbalistic practices, remember what Kabbalah is. Kabbalah is what we call, using Kabbalah speak, Tikun HaMalkhut, or the rectification of this physical world. The way that we rectify the physical world is by doing practical, realistic, down-to-earth, normal stuff. That's what we call mituk hadinim. It is not ritualized, it is not magical, it is not mystical. It's down-to-earth, real. So the real practical Kabbalah of understanding this virus or any other illness going around is very simple. Answer, be practical. And that's it, okay? People are asking me, Rabbi, what's going to happen? We're going to have a pandemic and millions are going to die. You know something? Just relax, chill out. We do not need panic. What we need is rational, clear, and valid information. So, understand this, and this is the facts of all the people in the world who have contracted this coronavirus and are sick with it. 97% get better. Did you hear that? There's a 97% cure rate. Almost everybody who gets sick gets better. The only people who may succumb to the virus are people who usually have some other kind of illness. Heart problems, lung problems, elderly problems, and the like. More people are going to die from the cold and the flu, the normal stuff going around, than this virus, at least right now. So we don't know anything about the future, but we do know about the reality of the present. And I see today so much panic going on, which is absolutely ridiculous. They want to get the little face masks to wear. Why? Do you think that magically keeps out the virus? No. Let's be real. The way that the virus is transmitted is, from what I understand, I'm not the doctor, but I read this stuff online just like you do, is through, liquid type of contact. You get the virus and get on your hands from people sneezing and the like that. So if you're covering your nose and your mouth so that your hands, which could get icky, don't touch it and get openings that stuff can get into you. It's really that simple. Now, you might say, well, I'm going to go to my local store and pick up these masks, the little masks that people wear. They're not anywhere to be found. Walmart's out, Target's out, Walgreens out, CVS is out, the grocery store, everybody. It's out. It's become a national shortage. And people say, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm going to show you what you do. Do what I do. Now, I'm not one to endorse products, but you see around my neck here is this little type of what's called a MultiRap. It's a military thing. And you could take it, you could wrap it around your head. You could even wear it as a kippah. You could wear it as a bandana. Or you could just take it like this. It maybe blocks my eyes and voila. I might look like a bad guy going out there ready to rob the bank. But at least this way, when it's up like this, okay, I'm protected. Nothing's getting into my mouth and my nose. And you say, well, it's falling down. Oh, lift it up, Lamana. Just do that. How hard is it? And this is a product that you can buy easily anywhere. They're all kinds. Mine's black, but you can get 101 different types. They're called MultiRaps. And the point of it is simply to guard your nose and your mouth from touching your hands. Hey, touching your hands, that's a great idea. You know what? How about washing your hands? Remember something about this virus. It's not the plague. This is not the bubonic plague. This is not going to kill, 1/3 of Europe like the plague did, hundreds of years ago. And if you look in your history, many Jews in the olden days did not contract these plagues. You know why? Because they had larger amounts of greater daily hygiene than many of their non-Jewish neighbors. This is in the day when hygiene was not a known thing. Today it is. How many of us wash our hands every day with soap? How hard is that? Okay, that's all that you need. Hand sanitizer, those stuff that we put with the alcohol, that works. Try to find that now in the stores. Out, gone. Panic buying. Ridiculous. Is the threat of catching a virus out there? But of course. But the threat of it as a danger to you is very, very, very small. And there are practical, realistic steps that you can take to prevent this from, affecting you. Just be realistic. Go online. Look at what doctors are saying about daily cleaning, right? Protecting yourself and stuff. But don't panic. Let me share with you this about preparedness. For those of you who've been with me for a long time, I'm very big into preparedness. We've talked about this for many, many years in many, many forums. And people have said I'm a survivalist and all the rest. People call me whatever they want. I don't care. But I will tell you this. I understand survival. Whether it's military training or against all kinds of stuff, I get it. I know it. I teach it right through our lessons here at KosherTorah School. But let me tell you what's realistic now. If there is going to be an emergency, you should always be prepared for it. That's true. When we lived out in California, they had big, posters on billboards on the major highways calling for people to be ready and prepared. Out in Cali, we had big earthquakes. They said you should always have some kind of a rescue type of pack in your vehicle, in your car, with enough food and water and stuff to last you for 3 days, God forbid if you ever got stuck. I think that's a great idea. As you know, our brethren in the LDS, Mormons, they have a religious tenet that they have to have enough food and supplies in their homes for a year. I think that's a great idea. I think it's most unrealistic and unpractical for the vast majority of us, but the idea and the concept is very good. We should always be prepared for any and all kinds of emergencies. You should have at least, realistically now, a month's supply of canned and other long-lasting, long shelf-life foods in your home. You should have waters or other things in jars or in bottles. You should obviously have backup medications and enough warm clothing. What happened if the lights went out? For those of you who might remember, we lived down in Tellico Plains. We had blackouts all the time because they had old wiring. Things would go, and that was it. And we had to break out the emergency candles. We had to break out the propane, heaters, and that was normal life. Be normal. Be realistic. Be practical. Don't panic. Don't fear. This is not the end of the world. Everybody's not going to die. All right. People who are meant to, going to get sick and die. That happens every day. We just had this tornado here in Nashville last night, and I think over half a dozen people were killed, from a tornado like that. That's more than who've died from the virus here in the United States at this time. So you never know, but you be prepared. That's my message to you. Be realistic, be grounded, and be prepared. And don't think that this is not the most important and vital of all Kabbalistic lessons that there is, because it is. This is that yichud or merging of the mystical with the rational, with the physical with the spiritual. You live a realistic, practical life, and therefore fulfill the ultimate and highest of mystical goals. So, with regards to the virus, wash your hands, take precautions, and above all, do not panic. Do not panic buy, all kinds of crazy things at exorbitant prices. Just be realistic, normal, grounded, and down to earth. And you will be blessed by God, successful in your activities, and you will accomplish what you need to accomplish. And that is the best kosher Torah message I can give you now in the week before Purim, which is the holiday which we celebrate as the rational and the practical, overcoming all adversities. Ariel Tzadok here from the KosherTorah School, wishing you health, success, prosperity. Come online, check out and see what we have. I'll talk to you all soon. Shalom.